Welcome to the truth about beer.
All the crap that we're interested in.
I'm Keith Davidson.
I'm Papa Joey Stave.
I'm Tim Rice.
Searching for
the truth.
Exploring the unexplained.
Investigating the paranormal. Subscribe now.
Hit the alert button.
Hit the alert button so you don't miss an episode. Welcome to the truth
About beer.
and
All right. Well, here we are.
oh yes, here we are. Episode number 25 of
24.
I had 24 on last week's.
Was it? What was it, 25?
We're losing. We're losing.
Losing track.
Oh,
Is it 24 or 25?
Well, no matter what it is, it's always
Yes.
yeah. Another jam-packed show for you tonight. So, and you might be noticing that Tim's missing once again.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Is he on assignment tonight?
He had to get his cars fixed.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we're hoping Tim might join us later
Yeah, he might say
from
hi.
home. And gosh, it's really going to be a great show.
It is. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Got a lot of great guests and got some birthdays to celebrate.
Ooh, yeah. That's exciting. I love birthdays. Birthdays are exciting.
Birthdays are good.
So what's our show about tonight?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Oh wait. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, it's on the
it's,
background. Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Necrophonic app. So if you don't have it on your phone yet, you probably will after this show.
Most likely. Or download it now. That way you
Oh,
know
might
what
as
I'm
well.
talking about.
Yeah, it isn't a free one, but it is a really cool app.
It's not very expensive though, was it? I don't remember.
Was it $12?
For yeah.
I can't remember, $10 or $12.
But it's a
Yeah.
one-time fee, isn't
Right,
it?
yeah.
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 Yeah, go download it. It's awesome.
So, and then you'll know what we're talking about.
But before we get to that,
Oh yes, we do have some business to take care of.
yes. So we're gonna bring on
Because it is the truth about beer, and
we always do the beer
Right.
first though.
but yeah, you got to get the beer out of the way.
So without further ado,
Here he is. You know him, you love him,
the Guru of the Suds.
Mr. Jeff Stay.
There he is.
Let's put up that.
What is up, guys?
This
What
is really
up?
special. Stand by for just a
There's
second.
too many buttons to click.
There we go. Oh,
Hey, there we go.
Hear your magic sound.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I almost hit the wrong one. I meant to do this one.
Sorry, Jeff.
Not a problem. I love it.
Did you know that thing?
Awesome.
That thing comes with labels, right? You can actually write what the sounds are.
It comes with the label
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, you can write.
Well,
on
no,
it.
it's got the cards.
Well, yeah.
Is there one that lays in there?
Yeah, it just lays in there, and you could write on it.
Oh, that must be a new thing because it
Oh.
didn't come with mine. This one's Keith. Keith's fine machine, or his dad's. I don't know.
Well, either way, I broke the other one, so
It's getting fixed.
yes.
Well, Jeff,
Yeah, what is up?
we've got some beer to talk about.
We do. And I've got little dude in tow. Me and my wife are trying the balancing act of getting the daughter to dance and keeping an eye on him. And so hopefully he doesn't cause too many problems. So should be quiet. But
You going to be the taste test?
not quite.
Oh.
But yeah, tonight's beer, we will do Hoegaarden, often pronounced Hoegaarden, but if you want to be accurate, it is technically Hoegaarden.
And tonight it's called Garden.
Exactly. I like it. Hoegaarden. And I'm sure I'm saying the garden even a little too Americanized, but anyway, yeah. So this is just kind of a standard wheat beer. You'd put this in the category of like Blue Moon and Shock Top, This one I consider a little bit more legit than the other two. I like them all. They all taste good. But yeah, we'll get into the beer a bit more. Why don't we first crack it open, pour it. So the Who Garden is an unfiltered beer, and they say it generally is best in a frosty glass. Typically, especially if you have like a hexagon style glass, for some reason that's supposed to be the best for this. But this is one where you'll want to pour about 2/3 of it, swirl the last third, and then finish your pours.
Well, it's got some nice head happening there.
Yep. And there's a reason for that. We'll talk about it. You get the nice cloudiness there. You see all the yeast coming out in that bottom part of the bottle.
That's my best pour yet, I think.
Well, that's pretty darn good.
Not bad.
Nice. Yeah, I would say all three have got a pretty good looking pour there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nice. But yeah, so cheers. Let's take a drink and then we'll start talking.
Cheers to everybody.
Yeah.
It's good beer. Very smooth.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a tasty beer. So like I said, we've kind of talked about these beers before because we did that mixed mango beer with the shock top, and we of course have done wheat beers before. But so some of the kind of unique things with this one, and so it's a wit beer, which as we've talked about before, the wit beer actually means white beer. A lot of times, and myself included, I used to think that meant wheat beer, but it's the Weiss beer is what means a wheat beer. So you see wit beer, it just means it's a white beer, and it's just because of the cloudiness, the color.
It's more that
excited about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Hoegaarden is a town in Belgium, and so this is your just kind of standard Belgium wheat beer, and a lot of times it's mixed with coriander and orange peel, so that's not uncommon by any means. These guys were really kind of the original ones to do that, though. Clear back. I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't even know if they were adding the coriander, the orange peel back in the 1400s when the brewery originally came about. But at least since like the 1960s is when this style of beer was kind of revived in America. These guys are owned by InBev. No surprise.
I see that
so many
brewery on there. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Since they pretty much buy everyone up. I will give them credit though. So I think it was the early 2000s. Anheuser, dude. Anheuser was going to shut down the brewery, the original brewery in Hoegaarden. And it's like one of the last breweries standing. At one point, the parents are a really small town. They had like upwards of 50 breweries at one point. But anyway, Anheuser threatened to shut it down. They're going to move, of course, the process to another brewery they already owned. But the town just absolutely had an uproar of that. Said, no, you're not taking this. And they listened. They did not shut the brewery down. Instead, they invested into the brewery and just upscaled it. So it kind of meet for their demand. So it's kind of cool that it is still brewed out of the original brewery, even though obviously it's distributed and owned by Anheuser. So, but yeah. So one of the more unique things about this one that I think is cool, that I do not believe is the case with Shock Top or Blue Moon, is this is a bottle conditioned beer. Meaning that, so they do the hop fermenting process through just the standard beer making process, but then as it's going in the bottle, they do bottle conditioning, which means that there's still some live yeast left, and they'll actually just kind of top it off with a little bit more sugar, and so the rest of that yeast can still eat more of the sugar, ferment a little bit more, create a little bit more alcohol, add more carbonation. So that's why you'll generally get a pretty good head off of this type of beer, because it's got natural carbonation in addition to just, of course, CO2 being pumped into it. So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
a
little
more of a legit
excited about it as we are.
What's that?
I said the little dude just as excited about it as we are.
Yeah, I know. Just holler and wham. Sorry if it's
no, I love it. No, that's great. That's funny.
Yeah, I got thinking though. I don't know. I never considered it before, but this would be a perfect blind beer taste test for Blue Moon, Shock Top, and this one. Because as I'm drinking it, I think I've always said that this is my favorite of those. But But again, I don't know if it really is until I try them right next to each other. So
Wow.
Well, I think we should do that.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. And speaking of a blind beer taste test, just 1 second.
Oh, what do you got? You got a bag of tricks with him.
what's going on here?
So what is it? I was even unaware of this, so. Oh, he brought it.
The tool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right on.
So
Liking it?
I do. And this is what I would love to do for a blind beer taste test.
Okay.
Just a standard, even if it's just Budweiser heavy. And do a bottle, a can. But here's the trick, is you have to have 3 empty cans already done with one of these to do this test.
Okay, I got you.
You'll pour, the bottle into a can, and then you'll pour one of the cans into a glass, and then pour it back into the can, and then one you will leave just the way it is, because once this takes the top off. Because I'm going to tell you something. The the IPA that I've been enjoying this week, the Lagunitas.
Yeah.
Straight out of the can using this tastes better to me than pouring it from the can into a glass.
Oh, okay. So that's why you're saying pour a beer into a
Yeah,
glass.
because I think that extra pouring into a glass adds an extra aeration to it.
Yeah.
Would that be word?
Yeah, aeration.
And so you're getting a little contamination from the environment doing that, where it just seems so much smoother just the way it is in the can. I'm really digging it. And so I'd like to try to do a taste test to see if we could pick it out.
Yeah. No, that'd be interesting. And the other thing that comes to mind is I've heard some people say even like just the thickness of the glass can kind of take away from the flavor. And so like a big mug like this really isn't ideal. My neighbor is the one who actually brought this up. There's a really good IPA that we enjoy, and he said pour it into a wine glass. Like it sounds silly, but a really thin wine glass. Yeah. And it's like we got some wine glasses that are just super, super thin. And poured an IPA in there, tasted fantastic. Maybe it's in my head because I expected it to taste better, but so just obviously a can is a lot thinner than a glass, but especially for like the extra aeration.
What's the theory behind the thicker glass, though? What does it do?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. My take on it is just that there's just more in your mouth, I guess, than the beer. Like just the thickness of glass, so you're literally like it's covering taste buds. I don't know. I should look into that. I don't.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm sure someone has a much better
The
answer
science
to that than I do.
is mind blowing.
it really is.
Oh,
that's crazy. That we should try that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point, Joey. That'd be fun to try, especially a bottle into the can. I wonder if you'd be able to tell.
So that would give you the 3 different ways of drinking it. Now that this is a game changer because you can drink it out of the can and still get the aroma of it.
Yeah. Yep.
Because even drinking something out of a bottle, you're not getting the aroma of it without pouring it into a glass.
Yeah,
but by pouring it into a glass, you're changing the properties of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
That totally makes sense.
That'd be a good test to do.
So you got. Oh, go ahead, Keith.
There's a German restaurant in Las Vegas, and they serve this on tap there. It's called the Hofbrau, I think it's called, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's really
big,
cool
like
place.
German food hall place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it on tap. Very good. Big Stein.
Nice. Yeah, that's a cool place. I like that.
Yep. No, cool. Good choice, man. Good beer. I like this beer.
No, I'm glad you guys enjoy it. So if the draft top there, Joey, if you got the hang of opening the cans, if you crushed a few cans.
I do it over do it over the sink. I kind of found it turning the can the opposite direction that I think I should. Like, because usually if I'm holding this way, I'm going to be trying to turn it this way.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I found if I turn it, which if I'm looking at it, what is that? Turning it counterclockwise, or no, that's clockwise.
Right.
Turning it clockwise,
Yeah.
That it seems to cut better.
Huh.
But yeah, I crush every can. That's why I do it over the sink.
Can't
no, it is.
You gotta be light with
Definitely
it.
messy. That's why I saw one of their ads on like Instagram or whatever. The guy just takes it like couple spins. It's just like Miller Lite can or whatever. Couple spins, rips the top off. It's super fast, but beer was just like flying everywhere. Like, yeah, all right. I guess you can.
This one I got is really cheap. It was the $10 one, which you know, I think I'll kind of put out for the more expensive version now that I know that it works really well. This one today, when I was using it, I got a little bit of aluminum floss coming off the can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come
here, dude.
You don't rip your lip or drink it. You're okay.
That's such a fine little piece of aluminum.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the difference. Why one's more expensive? Because that draft top one, I really have been impressed with the cut itself. I mean, it's as smooth as it can be outside and inside can.
Yeah, this one worked really great on the first few, but the last one I did today, I was having a little issue with it. So
yeah,
I think I'll have to, open up the purse and
buy the more
expensive one.
Yeah,
a good stocking stuffer for Christmas.
Nice.
Oh, well, cool.
Yeah, I think I was just trying to remind myself, make sure there wasn't anything else I was going to tell you guys about this beer. And I think that's pretty much it. I think we covered it. But yeah, like I say, we'll have to do a blind beer taste test.
It's a 4.9.
That's not bad.
No, it still falls the session beer.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yep.
Borderline.
And they don't even list IBUs on a beer like this because there's pretty much no bitterness whatsoever. It's not what it's about, obviously. So.
Well, good pick there, Jeff.
Right on. Well, I'm glad you guys liked it.
Exciting.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good beer. Very good.
Yeah. It'll be fun as we get in the holidays, like we've talked about, doing a cider, doing that Griswold's Christmas beer. We've got some cool ones coming up, that's for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah, make sure to see that. See how the Griswold's arrives.
Yeah.
Intact. That'll be great.
Exactly.
Guitar pedals, they're coming.
Yeah, need a new guitar pedal.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, we'll let you get back to you a little bit there.
Right on. Well, thanks.
All right. Well, thank
little
you.
Dude join along. So, cheers, guys, and you have a good one.
Cheers. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
All right.
Take care.
Sounds good. Really is a good beer.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, it's too bad Tim wasn't here for this one because I think he would have liked it.
Yeah, he would have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He shows up for the IPAs. What he doesn't like. So, oh man.
Wow. Well, I think tonight's show is going to be jam packed because we have some great guests on.
Yep.
They're all
in the green room waiting.
Just waiting to come on.
Everybody's waiting to come on. So yeah, so we got we're going to be featuring the Necrophonic app tonight.
Yeah, so we wanted to talk to some paranormal investigators that
field
actually
experts.
use it. Field experts. There you go.
That's what I say.
That have field tested the app and have some knowledge about it.
Yeah. And just so everybody knows, we have one set up tonight running on Julie and Jahan. So I'll go ahead and bring their picture up. We got them in the room. So it's currently running. We're going to monitor it throughout the night.
Talk to us.
There you go.
Running it dry.
Yes.
All right.
So if you were to compare it to another piece of equipment, probably
I would say the Ghost Portal.
Ghost Portal, right?
Yeah, which is spirit box and some noise reduction and effects.
But this app has the feature you can put the white noise on it, so it sounds like a spirit box.
Well, it adds the
right,
not
right.
the
That true.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they say that, spirits can use that white noise too to communicate. But personally, me using it, I do like to run it just dry. I tend to hear things better, but I think we have a lot to learn tonight from those that have been using it much longer than I have. So
let's go ahead and bring our guests on then.
All right.
So we've got Brian with the phobia.
Huntophobia.
Hey, Brian.
Hey guys,
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
We're
Pretty
good.
good.
We got beer. We're happy.
Well, I'm not a drinker, so well, I was a drinker in my
Nice day,
I'm not really a drinker anymore.
I respect that.
Yeah, totally respect. Absolutely. We've got, let's bring on Through the Veil.
So we got Val, aka Nicole Stroud. And where's Jack?
Where's your
you
camera
couldn't help me into.
We couldn't
Pop
get
in
the
your head in.
microphone set up. We don't have a splitter, so he is downstairs watching.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because he didn't have time to put on his makeup or something.
He's being party downstairs.
There you go. Oh, that's like us. We have technical issues all the time, so we're used to it.
Yes.
And then we got Holly's Lore.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Good.
Well, this is just really cool to have all of you join us tonight. It's going to be a fun one. So how do we get to start this now there, Keith? Just dive right into the question.
I think we should dive right in.
Right into the first question.
Yeah.
I'll read it backwards.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh, they get changed.
That'll
up.
totally throw them off.
That's gonna screw you guys up.
So, no, just curious. I mean, I've watched all your channels, and great job, everybody. I love your stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And, so before the Necrophonic app, has there been any other phone app that you've tried, had success with, or is like this one the bomb? I don't know. Did I ask that right?
Yeah, you did.
All right. Well, let's start with Brian since he's on the top square.
I like that. I like how I'm on the top square.
Right.
Sorry about everybody else.
We'll have to switch you guys around.
Honestly, the Necrophonic app was the first app that I used. I wasn't really into the whole app thing on the phone. I preferred more the voice recorder and the K2 and using the mic on top of the cameras, what I really preferred. And then I started seeing videos that people using the Necrophonic app. So I figured, you know what, why not give it a shot? And some great responses when I first started using it. So that's why I started using it. So watching other people use it.
Yeah. I guess that's how it happened for me too.
Yeah. Watching other people. Yeah.
So let's go to Holly.
Okay. Well, actually, it's the first one we used out on investigations. I know I played around with a couple different ones. I was like, I don't like it. I don't trust it. I'll stick with my SB7. But then somebody convinced me to try this, and we've had great responses out on investigations and all. So we've kind of stuck with it. It's easier to understand. So, and it doesn't give me a headache.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
Yeah, I'll have to come back to that.
Yeah, exactly.
So one thing I did notice about yours is you have it on a separate phone that's not in service. So it's
Correct.
So it's just dedicated for that.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
I found better results that way.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's so many things I want to do with my phone when I'm out on an investigation.
Right.
It's like tying it up on an app.
Yeah.
It takes away from something. I like to use my camera. So
Right.
Yeah.
I tend to put it on airplane mode when I use it. I've been doing that a lot lately, and I find that the responses are a lot better for myself, at least.
Yeah.
All right, Bill.
Yes. Wow. When we started, we tried, I think, the gauntlet of everything. I have found I do like all the ITC products. Necro is an ITC, but there is a couple out there that we have used that is very similar to that. I don't know if I can name any of them, but yeah,
I don't think it'd be a problem.
there is one called Solomon, which works kind of like the Necro, even though it's got like some creepy kid voices and things like that. Just go with the white noise, the pink noise, the brown noise. It's also a word bank, but I've got some really good responses with that one too. But I mean, if I had to choose one right now, I mean, the Necro has been the so.
That's the one we call the.
That works. I think the only thing I wish they had on it, kind of like the Ghost Tube, was a record feature where you can actually record.
Oh yeah,
your evidence, what you get. That's the only thing I think that for me that's missing off the app. But otherwise, I think it's a great app.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to bring up in my point, that I like to use my phone for recording as well, you know, at the same time, and kind of don't get to do that when I'm using the Necro. So, but I do have a video stuff going. So
that's a great idea, Holly, that you do use it on a phone that's not connected. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm sure we got spare phones laying around everywhere. We can use one.
That's what we did. We cleared it out and then put that on it, and that's the only thing on it.
Yeah.
Well, I do notice some people using a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think the tablet's a great idea too. I was on an investigation on Saturday, and one of the other investigators was using it on a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really, really successful for him too. And to be honest, I found it a lot more clearer on the tablet than I did on the phone.
Really?
Yeah.
You think the speakers are better on the tablet? Maybe, I don't know. Or are you using Bluetooth?
I don't know what he was doing. I was in a separate area when he was using it. I just saw it through the video, through the live, and I just found it was a lot more clear. And he had it on dry, like you were mentioning earlier, rather than the echo and the white noise and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it was great. It was like really, really clear. So I might even switch to a tablet than rather doing it on my phone. That way, when I have my phone available, I can just put on the voice recorder or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, Jax uses a tablet with the Bluetooth speaker, and that seems to work really well too.
Yeah.
We use our phone with a Bluetooth speaker too. So
that's the only thing I haven't tried.
Oh, with the Bluetooth?
With the Bluetooth, you know, using that app. I mean, which I have it there because I use the Bluetooth with Spirit Box. So,
I'll have to try that.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And I think maybe it kind of hit on this next question already. Some of you will start, Brian. So how did you first come to use the Necrophonics or Necrophonic?
Like what I mentioned earlier, or like how I came upon it, or
I guess
what was my first experience when I used it? Is that
you can talk about your first experience using it too?
Okay. My very first experience when I was using it, I was at a very popular spot in Canada called Blue Ghost Tunnel. And that's when I first had my first experience with it. And I was kind of wondering how it was going to work, especially with the tunnel and stuff like that, with it being so closed in, and I was unsure about it on how it kind of worked. But I found that the responses that I got were absolutely incredible. Like one of the responses I got was, I know you guys are maybe asked this question later, but one of my first responses that I got when I asked it a weird question, because I was really quite unsure about the app in the first place. So I tend to ask weird questions to see if I get a response back. And I was getting answers to those questions. And so that really told me that, okay, well, maybe this is really legit.
Right.
And because how would it, if I was asking, like, let's say I was asking, what's your favorite color? And I was getting a response back on a color. I said, okay, well, this has got to be legit. There's something to this that tells me that it's legit, like I said. And it was really an interesting experience because you were getting all these kind of different types of noises coming out. And at first I found it very difficult to understand until I went through the editing and really slowed down the sounds that were coming through. As I've used it more, I'm able to understand it better.
Right.
So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that. So
All right.
I'm going to switch those squares around next on the next question. So
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you should do that. Maybe you should where the veil is.
How about you, Holly?
Well, I had friends, other investigators I've seen use them. I was like, I don't know. And then one started asking certain questions that only somebody that could see them would be able to know the answer to.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, maybe we'll give this a try. So we downloaded it. And then I also compared it with the SB7. I did a session in our yard with the SB7 and then compared it to the Necrophonic app just for our own personal, experiment. And it was like right on with each other.
That's
So
cool.
That is cool.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what now. And in the beginning, in order to convince myself more, I would ask similar questions like, what color bag am I holding?
Mm.
Certain questions like that. And I would be getting answers,
That's cool.
exact answers. I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
Wild. Wow. And Nicole.
Yes. Wow. Where do I start with this one? Like I said, we tried the gauntlet of them because where I was at with it, I don't know how many people know that I am a psychic medium, but I can hear the spirits, so I know what they're saying. So I'm looking for a tool that, okay, I could validate this with. And my daughter, which is my tech, actually had picked up on it, like Holly said, watching some of the other channels and stuff. I was like, well, we'll just try it. And the first time I turned it on, we were over in the cemetery not far from here. And I was like, okay. I was like, where are we at? And the first word that came across, and it wasn't really, like the word bank. It was more of a lower tone. And it was really clear. It said grave. And I was like, okay, I am in a grave, but are they picking up, are they using like my GPS on my phone? So, we weren't, like Holly there. We were just using it on the phone. But, I turned around and I seen a gentleman standing there, it's not supposed to be there. And he said hello to me in French, which was ça va. And I could watch his words, and I actually seen him, heard it come across on Necro exactly as he was saying it. And also, I'm going to speak with Jax here too, because he's not here. And his first experience with the Necro was when his daughter that passed away came across it clearly in her own tone and voice. And he understood, his daughter's voice. And that sold us right there on the Necro.
Wow.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. I did see one of your episodes. I think was it the Ohio River?
Yeah.
Anyway, where you're using a Bluetooth and you hadn't even turned the Necro on, or it wasn't activating, but you were already getting stuff coming through the the Bluetooth.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was pretty wild.
Yeah.
So Vinny asked an interesting question. He says, is there something causing the app to create an intelligent response to the questions? Something in the app? Is it a trigger word caused by the microphone? It's kind of an interesting question because I had the same doubts when we first started using the Ghost Tube as well. But I think, you guys are probably done it like Holly mentioned. You tend to run things side by side to see if you get similar responses.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of negates that that it is, something in the app that's causing that to happen. So, and then Amy says, asked my grandparents to come through, and I got grandpa's name and his sister's name, neither of which would have happened or come up prior, especially his sister's names. So I think there's certain, like I said, I go back to the go-to because that was the first app that I experienced. But when you start running stuff side by side like that, and you start getting the same evidence, it starts to make you think, yeah, this is probably legit. It's probably, of course, just like any other app, you get stuff in between that's like, all right, that's probably, has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. But there are those occasions where everything just falls into place, and you go, yeah, this is legit. So.
Yeah, there's a video out there that we done not too long ago. We've got 2 cameras running. We've got the Necrophonics going and an SV11, and we put them all together in sequence. I mean, it was a echo of words. I mean, every one of them was picking up the exact same words from each other.
Right.
And it was just like everywhere on top of the hill, that cemetery. I'm just like, wow, for them all to pick up the same,
Yeah.
I got one coming. I got a video coming out soon where I did kind of the similar thing. I put a voice recorder and the Necrophonic app, and I asked a certain question, and it told me to run on the voice recorder, and it also told me to run on the Necrophonic app.
Huh.
So
I hope you ran.
No. No, I did run. It was a little surprising, to be honest, but I always find that generally most people would run, but us ghost hunters or paranormal people run towards the noises. Right. Other people run away from the noises.
Yeah.
That all depends.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, how the voice sounds.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we kind of covered the third question because the third question is basically what I'm going to have to read it. What is the best evidence that you have caught that made you believe the app had merit?
I think we did cover that.
Yeah. Pretty much did.
Yeah. I could give an example.
Story time, though.
Yeah, you have an example?
I got an example. I just released a video. I think it was about a month ago. I was at an abandoned sawmill in an abandoned ghost town, or a ghost town. And I even knew before I got to this place that it was going to be bad. I just knew. I know, Nicole, you were saying you're a psychic. I consider myself a sensitive also. And even before I left the hotel, I knew something, not necessarily bad as in like we were going to get hurt or something like that, just something bad that I knew something bad was going to be there. And the app, we probably tried 3 different sessions in that video, and it told us to leave, get out, go 27 times.
Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And we also got it on the voice recorder too, saying leave, get out, go. And we also got it on the mic. So that to me, even though that it was a month ago, that to me made me a true believer in the app, because I was getting it on 3 different devices about getting out.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we didn't leave. We stayed. And so that to me is probably one of the best stories. Another story I had was a very famous road that's here in Toronto that a lot of people know. It's called Kirby Road. And there's 2 locations. There's one, the Kirby Road, where the girl dies in the car accident. But then further down the street, there's a place called the Hell House. And supposedly there's a little girl that's seen running on the driveway. So what I did was I asked this question: what color is your dress? It said white. Right off the bat, white. And again, that was going, okay, that just tells me there's something serious about this app, and it's absolutely incredible. And obviously I got a lot of stories, but those are the ones that hit my mind first. and just absolutely incredible. I just find the app absolutely incredible.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
How about Eric? Eric, talk to us.
I was going to say he hasn't said anything.
Actually, one of the most recent ones, we did a video for Ligor Bridge,
A
and
couple weeks ago, yeah.
it's been a couple weeks ago. There was an accident there. A bicyclist died, and we knew the cyclist's name, and it actually came across the app before the name was even mentioned. So that one there kind of.
And then along with it, we got paramedics or medics and nurse.
Oh wow!
So yeah, that was pretty wild. So, but I had like you, I've been noticing more and more. Our mic is picking up voices, and then we get the same words on the Necrophonic. It's been happening a lot more lately.
And actually, a lot of our responses now are starting to become sentences, not just individual words. We're starting to get 2 to 3 or 4 words consecutive.
Yeah. I've been getting that a lot myself lately, is long sentences.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely incredible. And
It is.
again, I agree with you. At the beginning, I was only getting single words, but over time, I've been getting like 4 or 5 or 6 words. Sometimes it's a little hard to understand, but if you play it slow enough in your editing, you can definitely make it out.
Yeah.
I think we got that at the jail this weekend. Actually, I think there was a couple of sentences that came out.
You do have to string them together. It might be in different voices, but they do.
Right. You can definitely make out sentences.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And Nicole.
Yes. I think the neatest little story that I have, I go to a lot of these Native American, sites. And we were recently at the Trail of Tears. And everybody, they say, oh, well, you're getting a hold of a radio station and things like that. And it's a voice bank, and there was only English words in there. Okay. I don't think there's any Cherokee words in there, and I don't think there's any Cherokee radio stations. But I was singing the Good Morning song in Cherokee. And I said, well, I guess we'll call it a night. We're going to get ready, get in our tent, and, thank you, spirits, for coming and, visiting with us. And clear as day across the Necro was Usta, son of the West, which means good night. And I was like, wow, okay, my Necro is speaking Cherokee. And I also, we was out on the hill last night catching, Algonquin, languages and stuff. And Anawan Rock, we was picking up some things. So I'm like, okay, yeah, it's just not just English. So these are actual, phenomenal words that, we are picking up with the Necro.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
Man.
I'm surprised we don't get more of that here with all the Native Americans.
Yeah. Well, we're just starting to use it more.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
We did one of the places we did go, we got on the spirit box itself, we got chanting. Remember that? When we got that?
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
They use a lot of words. I mean, even around here, in my home, I hear a lot of the French words because this is like a pretty prominent French area. And I've heard German, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have to learn a lot more languages because this thing is picking up everything. So
that's cool. That's very cool.
Wow.
That is cool.
All right, what's your next question?
Well, the next question is, I think we know everybody's likes about the app.
Right.
So
skip right to dislikes.
So yeah, are there any dislikes?
Hold on, let me switch. Let me switch the screens up here. All right, there we go.
I was waiting for that.
I took you the mouse.
Mouse magic.
Mouse magic. Yeah, I like that.
All right. Well, we'll start then with Holly.
I guess my only complaint is, and I'm getting probably me personally, but understanding it at the investigation more than when I'm at home editing the video. And I'm like, oh, well, I should have asked this. And it's like, but a lot of things are starting to come through. I'm starting to understand it better, but there's still a lot more that I'm missing.
Right.
Until I edit. So that's really my only complaint about it right now.
Well, actually, mine is not having a record option on it where you could.
Yeah.
But we usually record with the camera. So
yeah, you have something else going. But so maybe I'll add to that question. What's your preferred? So what do you not like about it, and what's your preferred way to use it as far as affected or dry or everything? You know, I mean, how do you use it, or how do you prefer using it?
Dry. Definitely. All the other stuff makes it harder to understand to me.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, back to Brian. I have to switch you and Vel around.
Oh yeah, Vel's going up top next.
I just hang out down here.
Okay. You know, I get to hear everybody else, and then I can think about what I'm going to say at the end. So I'm okay with that. Not a problem. I would have to agree with Holly in saying that, or Eric. It's Eric, right?
Eric, yes.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Eric in saying the recording feature. I wish there was a recording feature, because that would be really, really helpful. And I know you film it on camera and stuff like that, but I find with the recording feature, you can really sit down and probably plug in your earphones into your phone and really go over every little bit of voices or noises that are coming through. So I think if that's something that they can do down the road, I would definitely add that feature, because I know a lot of people would probably prefer that. Because sometimes when you're filming on camera, you might miss something.
Mm-hmm.
You really might, because sometimes when I'm going on camera, if you're getting the different, you might be getting a long sentence, but you might get like a deep voice, you might get a small voice, you might get a really, really high voice that's completing the whole sentence.
Right.
And if they had that recording device on the phone, you could just plug it in. You could probably hear it a lot better. And that's my opinion on it. Other than that, when it comes to the settings that I prefer, I definitely prefer it dry. I was never really a big fan of the white noise. And especially on an SB7 or an SB11, where you get that sometimes it's difficult to understand what's coming through. I think sometimes it has to be really clear for you to understand. But dry is definitely what I prefer. I've tried the echo, I've tried the white noise, the other one too, and dry is definitely what I prefer the most. I will tell you though, I've had a couple of situations where it's turned out on its own, like it's turned on, like I take it out of my bag or my pocket and I'm ready to go, and all of a sudden, bam, it turns on.
Really?
So I don't know if that's because, something maybe in my phone or something else is going on, but I've had that problem too with it. Well, it's not that it's a problem, actually, that's a good thing, but because if it's turning on by yourself, okay, what's going on? What's around? So
we've had a couple times that the phone actually turned on itself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't normally turn the phone on until right before I'm ready to use it.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Save that battery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
How about you, Nicole? Is there anything you don't like about it?
Well, there are a few things. I mean, I wish that if it, I know it is a word bank, and I wish they had, like a downloadable version of that word bank, because I, watching a lot of everybody else's videos, I catch up on the repeat of what the Necrophonic word bank is. So if they had a downloadable bank that, sequenced, so many minutes that you can compare your file to in a scientific way. Okay, this is what the word bank is, compare what you just got in those 15 minutes to that bank. And then, you have a difference in there.
Right.
So that's the only, downfall that I really, as far as, scientifically don't like about it. But other than that.
Is it? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to ask her how she preferred using it as far as the effects or no effects or.
I usually like just running it with no effects. Yeah, I mean, my younger spirits, I can say I get better with the Necro with those. I don't know, it's because they can manipulate that bank a lot, easier than, the SB11 sometimes is really hard, not only for me and the white noise, but for the younger spirits that cannot manipulate that. But the Necro is like awesome for them.
What were you saying, Brian?
Well, I was actually thinking about this right now, and I don't know why it came to mind. Is it possible when you're playing or when you have the Necrophonic on that you do a screen record and be able to pick it up that way? Like some phones you can do a screen record.
Yep.
And with I don't know why I never thought about this before.
Well, that's what Amy was saying, and she's done before. Is if you guys use iPhone has a built-in screen recorder, and so you can run that and then run the Necrophonic app and actually record the screen.
What's it limited to?
I don't think it is. I really don't think it.
Yeah, the whole.
It's a free app, and I've used it for stuff we've done.
Yeah.
And
well, I did see. I mean, I know there's the app to record phone calls. So is that the same one? I guess
it's got like a little red camera on it. It's a little red app. It's free on the iPhones. You just look up screen recorder and you can pull it up. So,
okay,
that's definitely an option.
I had a Samsung, so I don't know if the Samsung has it or not. I should really look into it.
I would think they would. I would think they would have some type of screen recorder built in. But that's a good question.
Yeah. I'll have to experiment some more.
Yeah.
Wow. And it brought us to the last question. So let's spin that wheel again.
It can't be the last question. All right.
No, we'll still carry on this conversation though. There we go.
All right. Do a little flip flop there.
I thought you were going to put me last.
Oh, I could do that. I could do that too. Okay. Here we go. Now.
Oh, wow. So Nicole.
Throw you under the bus.
So here's a tough one. So you got to put on your teacher's hat and all that stuff. So what advice would you give to others using the app for the first time?
Oh, wow. I've actually had this problem here recently, and I haven't been able to give good advice. I guess just use it. If anything, I mean, you've got to learn your equipment. And if you're going to use the Necrophonics, like I said, you're going to have to know what those sounds are. It does have the screaming lady that just, comes at you all the time. It's annoying. That's not some old lady going, help me. No, it's just a thing in Necro. So just learn your equipment. Listen to the overtones and undertones. I mean, you are your best equipment. Use your ears. I mean, whenever you get something that comes across, whether you probably hear it better, like, Holly and everybody's been saying on the editing, but yeah, just use it, learn it. If you're going to use it, I don't give great advice on it.
Well, how about Holly and Eric? What do you think?
Well, I agree with Nicole. Use it. Practice using it. Go and listen to other people using it. I mean, as much as you can, you will get better with it for sure. And yeah, use it.
And just don't rush through on your questions. Give them time to respond.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yes, that's where everybody needs training, is in being a better listener.
That.
I know I personally tend to rush through it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And don't ask the spirits when they died. Sometimes they don't know when it makes them upset.
What are you saying? I'm dead?
Right. Yeah. That's good advice.
Sometimes you're wondering what questions to ask, right?
Yeah.
And that sometimes that just pops into your head, right?
Mhm.
So
I tell everybody, think that you're walking into a doctor's office and you're meeting somebody for the first time. How do you approach them? You say your name. How are you doing? But, you have to give spirits time to answer that, because sometimes, they're running maybe a few moments behind you before they can hear the echo of your voice. So, just give them time. Be patient. Patience is the thing. I mean, if anybody likes true paranormal, it's long and boring.
Mm.
But, we do get good evidence, but it takes a while. It takes a really good listener. It takes somebody that's going to understand and sit there and listen and, just ask questions.
A great point that Vinny always brings up for us is that, when you go into a place, especially if you've never been there before, the spirits, they're learning your equipment too. They're learning how to manipulate it, how to use it. So you got to give them time to adjust to it. And once they get to learn how to use it, if you go back there multiple times, it gets better each time you go, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We found that out a few times, some of the places.
Because if you come from the 1800s and never seen a television, and
Right.
you're staring at somebody holding this little black thing going, speak to it, they're probably like, scared and standoffish. And
What the hell is that, Bill? So, Brian, what advice would you give?
Well, it was mentioned. My advice is definitely patience, and that's in all aspects. Meaning, coming down from when you're at the location that you're at, you might not get responses through it, and you have to be patient. I think anybody anybody that investigates a location, that sometimes you can walk into a location and not get anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, or you might walk into a location where you're getting loads of things. And I think patience is the biggest key. And I've told people in the past that have wanted to use it, don't use it improperly. I think sometimes people tend to see, with me, I don't use it at home. I don't use it at home at all. And I don't want to. I think to me, that's just inviting something that you might not want in your place. I know a woman that was using it, and she'd been using it for a couple of weeks. And it's at the end of those 2 weeks, it started calling her, sorry that I'm going to say this, but it started calling her a bitch. And it was coming up a lot. And she was using it in her store.
Right.
And all of a sudden, things started happening in her store that wasn't happening before. And so I would definitely say, using it properly in the right environment would be the one thing. And patience to me is a big thing. And that's just not talking about, taking it to your location and waiting for those words to come up and waiting for, whatever happens. I mean, like we were talking about this earlier, the editing. Sometimes you have to go through it 5 or 6 times in order to understand what it's saying.
Right.
So, and that's what I'm talking about, patience too. It's all kinds of different things where you have to be patient. So that would be my advice on anybody that wants to use it.
So, Nicole, what was that hand raise all about there?
I was going to say the reason that she was probably, starting to get activity, because there's probably always been activity there. And if you have a spirit, that's not been able to communicate and been wanting to communicate for such a long time, and all of a sudden they're, oh, wow, I can actually speak to this person. And then, they're kind of ignoring them, and, they're just playing around with the app, even though, it is a tool. But the spirits don't understand that. So that's probably why she got called the B word, because she's probably like, well, fine, be that way. Then I don't want to speak to you anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I think we learned that from our mentor. He said it's a lot like visiting a foreign country,
right?
And you're around all these people speaking a language you don't understand, and then all of a sudden you hear somebody speak English nearby, and then all of a sudden, oh, I got to talk to this guy. He speaks English, So yeah, you attract.
So, do you not condone using it in your own home?
Are you talking to me, sorry?
Nicole.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, I use it here. I mean, I got 5 spirits in my home. So, well, no, I now have 6. I have Jax's daughter that came along. So, yeah, we will use it here because, that way Jax will be able to communicate with her and, still be able to hear her. So,
right.
We use it here. I mean, it's no biggie to me. I mean, I see them anyway. So,
but for somebody who's not, somebody who's, let's say, watching the show now and just goes and downloads and starts messing within their house, they could be inviting something they don't want, to Brian's point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think to your advantage being a medium and, having that, you know how to control it.
Right.
Or you have that special ability. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you don't want any weirdness going on in your house, it's best not to do it in your house.
Well, unfortunately, I think I had something follow me home not too long ago, and the last thing I want to do is turn it on and hear him talking to me. Right. So, that's why I tend to, and everybody has their own opinion about it and stuff like that. But for myself personally, I just don't want to turn it on, and I just feel better about that, and that makes me feel better. So everybody's different.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
I don't feel comfortable doing it in the house, but I have no problem doing it out in the yard for some reason.
You guys don't come in the house.
Pretty much.
Shoot off when you come in the house.
You're probably like, hey, wait, I was talking to you, and follow you in the house.
Have you gotten any weird things since you've used it in the yard, or like
we were having weird things to begin with? That's why we started out in the yard.
Okay.
Well, when we first got it, we tried it in here, and then we did the experiment outside, and then a couple more times in the house. And I was like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't be doing this, because things started really increasing activity wise.
Right.
So we stopped doing it, and things have kind of settled back down. So, and we really haven't done it out in our yard in a while. So we're usually gone.
Yeah.
Out in the field. Huh?
Yeah.
We have it running right now on Julie and Jahan in a different room.
Oh yeah, we should eavesdrop.
But you want to see what's going on with
Let's see what's going on.
See what's happening. We'll bring up.
There's nobody's in there asking questions. All right.
Anybody else hear a child coming through there? Yeah.
Interesting.
So, I know, Nicole, you were on our after show that we did for the Parapalooza, and that whole shenanigans that went down with the camera in that same room. So that's why we put it on there tonight, just to see if anything were to happen. So, yeah, we believe that, when we bought this house, somebody passed away in the house, and we believe he's here with us, and he's affecting Julie and Jahan in I'm saying I don't know about a negative way, but we noticed that their activity had slowed down since the gentleman came through, and we staged the house to try to get him out, and we noticed a little bit more activity with the girls now. So it's interesting.
That's cool.
It's interesting. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so you have that going now. They probably really want your attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So we're going to take a little break here for some cake. So, we have 3 of our paranormal family on Twitter celebrating birthdays today. I don't know if it's South Cac Dustin's birthday. Mike from Super Horror Show, and then also Peter Tilley from Faces of Fear. It's all their birthdays today, and so we want
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
A big happy birthday wish, and so Lindsay's brought us cupcakes. I wish we could share.
You're not going to ask us to sing, are you?
You guys can if you want.
Yeah.
Lindsay, did you want to try one of these?
Yeah.
Here, I'll give you one.
Think he's gonna drink the rest of them?
Yeah, well,
Probably.
They're good.
Oh.
Oh,
Cheers to their birthday.
Yeah.
Yes, cheers to their birthday. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I gotta,
I
I
got
don't have anything.
you can pretend.
Yeah. So Dustin and Lisa are doing a live feed right now, and I've been kind of watching them a little bit.
Oh, did you comment on
Yeah.
that? That's cool. Right on.
Love our paranormal family. You guys are all part of it, and you know, it's just so cool to have such a support group that you know, just cheers each other on. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
very cool.
It is nice. It's one thing I find that most of the people that I've been, you know, either talking to or whether it's through DM or the phone or what have you, all of them been wonderful and very supportive
Mhm.
and absolutely incredible people. A lot of them, and it's been a joy and it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to a lot of them. And I didn't realize it, like there's a lot of investigators out in the world, but when you're on Twitter, it feels like it's a little bit of a smaller community.
Right.
And it's just been absolutely incredible. And I know there's quite a few people on right now. I personally want to thank them for supporting me, and I will continue to support you also. And it's just a wonderful group, honestly.
Yeah. So tell everybody where they can go hit that subscribe button.
Well, my channel is called Hauntophobia, just straight Hauntophobia. And I do have Facebook, and I do have Twitter, and I do have Instagram, all under the same handle.
Cool.
Awesome. How about Holly?
Holly?
It's Holly's Lore on YouTube. It's Holly's Lore on Facebook and Holly Fogel on Twitter.
And how about Nicole?
Yes. Yeah, we have Facebook, which is Through the Veil Paranormal. We are on Twitter, which is, and I gotta correct all this here in a minute. Which is Through_Veil. Also have a website, which is Through the Veil Paranormal. We are on LinkedIn, Riddick. It's all Through the Veil. But since I now have Jax, we will be moving on from Through the Veil. I will have my own private channel focusing more on the psychic medium, but all of our investigation work will be on Shrouded Darkness. So that's all going to be.
Darkness.
Yes, that's all going to be like in the same name. It's on Twitter. We have YouTube right now. We do not have Facebook. I am trying to get all this together, and it'll probably after we get back from West Virginia on the 20th. So
We'll have to watch for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So Keith, you should ask the big questions there.
I do want to give a shout out though, because speaking to the Twitter family, give props to Michelle, because she's taken on Twitter for us, and she's really done a phenomenal job bringing the family together, and we're really thankful for that. So thank you, Michelle, for really sticking with it and kicking ass on it. We appreciate that. So yeah. And we love all you guys. We really do. It's we've been doing this for what, a year and a half now, almost 2 years, and it's just the people we've met it's just been incredible. It's been an incredible experience for us.
Yeah,
it's awesome. So thank you guys for that. We appreciate that.
Learn from each and every one of you.
Yeah.
And that's it, right? And that's it. Learning from everybody.
Right.
And you might pick something up from one video, or you might pick something up from another video and go, you know what, I'm going to try that and see what kind of response I get. And I think I think I've learned a lot doing it that way, and taking a little piece from everybody's video. And I just find that as my investigations become more and more and more, I'm finding more and more out there, and it's great. And I'm thankful for YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, seriously.
YouTube is a great platform,
Mm.
and you definitely learn a lot. If I have something going on at home that I'm not sure about, I get on YouTube and I look it up, and there it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think probably everybody else does it too. So I'm probably not the only one, but it's definitely been a fun ride, and it's only going to get better. And you guys know what I'm talking about down the road. So it is definitely going to get better, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Yeah, we are too, absolutely. And I think that's when we talked about doing Parapalooza, I think that was the big goal behind that, was to really just bring everybody together and really just get everybody networking together and talk about their experiences and learn from each other. Because I mean, the one thing I noticed with the group, with the family, is there's no egos here. Everybody's willing to help everybody. Everybody's it's just really tight family, and it's really awesome. It really is. So
yeah, that's made the world a lot smaller.
Yeah, it really has.
Crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think it's really going to help the paranormal field too. Us all being, a tight family when we do our collaborations together, or if you guys go somewhere we haven't been yet, we all share, information with each other. And, maybe we can all put this together and figure it out. I mean, they found aliens finally, I think. I mean, if we could figure out the paranormal.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Speaking of that, if any of you ever make it out to, our way, Arizona, Phoenix area, we do have areas that are places that we do have access to, that because we work with a bigger group that actually does the tours and all that of different locations. And it'd be great to have to be able to share that with everybody.
Yep.
I've got so many invitations to go down to the States. And I wish this COVID would be over, and because right now you can only fly if it's business.
Yeah.
And if I go over the border or try to go over the border, when I get back, I'm going to have to go in quarantine for 14 days.
Yep.
And I can't do that. So, so many invitations right now to get out to the States. And one place I definitely looking forward to going to is Maryland. Baltimore with Charm City Paranormal, and he's going to take me on a tour all the way around. So going through Baltimore to New York to Virginia, and we're going to do a big, huge tour over like 8 or 10 days, just filming different locations.
Yeah, well, there's some areas in Baltimore you might want to steer clear of.
Why is that?
With all the other things going on right now.
Yeah.
The riots and things like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're in Maryland, so if you ever get here, let us know.
I'm there. I heard the Pocono Forest is a good place to go to.
Oh yeah.
And that's one place I want to go to, and definitely Pennhurst and all those places. And I got the invites. Unfortunately, I just can't go.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, we had to cancel our investigation this weekend at the Anchorage because of everything going on.
I saw
they
that.
actually canceled us because of new curfews in force. I'm like, what am I going to do now?
Spirit stuff.
I have to be honest. I was looking forward to that video, and when it came out, yeah, of course.
It's just hard to get them to wear their masks. When you're.
Well, they said it was because of the curfew. It was from 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. And the investigation ended at 3 a.m.
Right.
So we couldn't leave, but they couldn't let us stay there. And
yeah, well, that brings up a sore subject. So
yeah,
sorry, we'll move on.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're trying maybe 2021 sometime in there doing a road trip, going back east, because really a lot of the family we've met from back east, and we really need to get out there and see everybody and hang out and go check some places out. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So Brian, I'm going to go to you for this question.
So, you're throwing him a curve.
I am throwing him a curveball. So what got you into the paranormal? What got you started with this whole adventure?
Honestly, I've always been interested in the paranormal, and I've told this story a few times. When I was about 15 years old, I had my first experience with the paranormal. I told this story to a few people within the last couple of weeks. A buddy of mine, his grandmother passed away. So I went down there to talk to him and, console him to make sure he was okay and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, while I was sitting on his bed, all of a sudden something sat right beside me and actually touched my hand, and which I assumed was a woman, leaned her head against my shoulder. And it was almost very, very, it didn't scare me. It was almost like it was very comforting, like she was comforting me. And I knew his grandmother quite well. She was a lovely woman. So we were assuming it was her, but what was the craziest thing was you could actually see the imprint in the bed right beside me.
Wow.
And that really, really piqued my interest. And I also knew I was able to see things like other people can't see. And that really got me going. And about 7-8 years ago, I started investigating with a few other people, not filming or anything like that, just going out and just experiencing different places. But it wasn't till about 5 years ago where I was thinking about doing it and about filming when it was really, really popular. And I was thinking about putting videos on YouTube and doing it, but it just fell apart. But when COVID hit, I was starting to plan things and do things, and got a little bit of a team together, like an editor and another investigator and somebody who was filming. And that's how it really got started for me. So I've always had a passion for it. I've always been very interested in it. It's only been in the last year that I started really wanting to do it, and then all of a sudden COVID hit, and I figured, okay, this is a perfect time to start filming. So which is what I did. So that's how I got started.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Holly, I'll let you guys go.
Mm-hmm. Well,
in reverse order now.
order. Well, I had my first experience. I guess I was about 8 or 9 years old. It was me and my sister and a family friend. We were all playing in the basement. The parents were upstairs playing cards, doing the adult stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And our laundry room had like a curtain, like with this, it opens up. And we saw, all three of us saw something walk by at the same time. So we decided to play Ghostbusters because that was popular at that time.
Yeah.
So we tried to make a trap for him, but it's always fascinated me. When I went to Europe as a teenager, I wanted to learn the haunted history over in England. That's what I was mostly interested in, and seeing these abandoned castles and ruins, and I wanted to know all that. So, and then about, I guess it'll be 2 years in February that we've been doing YouTube now. We actually he met Sunny Deeds, and he turned us on to watching videos on YouTube. And then I was like, I would love to try that. And so we just
the rest is history, huh?
2 feet. So, and
wow.
He's had
a couple different things. I was a teenager. I was with a friend of mine at his grandmother's house, and there were farm fields out behind the house, and was in the kitchen, and I just happened to glance out the window, and I seen something white walking across the field.
Wow.
I was like, okay, well, I kind of just brushed it off.
Mm-hmm.
So we were getting ready to leave, and I'm standing at the bottom of the steps because the front door was right by the steps. I'm standing there, and I hear a noise upstairs. Well, I look up, and there is a woman standing at the top of the steps.
Oh, wow.
His grandmother looked right at me and says, "Don't worry, she's not going to hurt you."
Wow.
Okay. I wasn't expecting her to.
Right.
But then on several other occasions after my grandparents had passed away, I've seen my grandparents. My grandparents have been in every house we've lived in.
Oh, wow.
Our daughters, both of our daughters, our youngest two daughters, have both seen my grandparents in our house. The older one, the 14-year-old, when she was little, she would sit at the kitchen table and would just have conversation like she was talking to someone.
Right.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, we asked her, questioned her a couple times, and well, finally, my mother had given me a photograph of my grandparents, and so because she couldn't really describe them. Well, then we asked her again after we had the photo up on the mantle above the fireplace.
Hmm.
She gets up from the table, walks in, and points to the picture. And said, well, that's who I'm talking to.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
That's a cool story. Cool story.
And
That's great.
are they okay with it? Does it scare them or?
No, they're fine
No.
with it.
That's cool.
They want to go out and investigate with us. But
That's great. That's really cool. Very cool.
Little investigators.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All right, Nicole, how about you?
Well, I've been gifted since I was 5, and it's always made me curious. What I was seeing, what I wasn't seeing. I experienced the negative part of it whenever I was, in my teens. I was kind of actively, doing things with friends. We go to cemeteries and try to find that mysterious ghost or talk to them. Of course, they always had me go first because they thought I was the weird one anyway. But hey, send the one that speaks to them first. Go ahead.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I've done stuff like that, when I was a teen, but then I had a negative spirit inside. Demons do exist, y'all. Just don't mess with them.
Mhm.
I was attacked as a child. You don't want to go there. Still have some PTSD to this day. So I actually stopped investigating when I was like 18, 19 years old until here about 8 months ago. And my daughter, she's pretty big into watching some of the other channels, always, oh, such and such is on, I want to see it. And I was like, I'm watching, Holly, CJ, I don't know, let's name a few, but but I'm like, well, why don't we do that? I said, if I could see them and speak to them, I said, and you like all this phone apps and stuff like that, let's just try this thing.
Right.
And here we are, 7, 8 months later, doing our thing, and I love it. I'm not worried about subscribers or anything like that because I'm doing what I love to do. I was like, just seeing places and learning the history and talking to spirits. And if you can help a person or a spirit along the way, wonderful.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
I think that's how I went into it. I wasn't really looking. I just wanted to put it out there so people can experience what I was experiencing. And if I got subscribers, great. If I didn't, that was okay too.
Right.
Because mine was more about a passion about doing it and sharing my passion and what I enjoy doing with other people. And if like I said, if I got people, great. If I didn't, that's okay too. If 3 people saw it and enjoyed it, that's all that matters to me. At the end of the day, my personal feeling is I would rather have, low subscribers and keep my integrity rather than loads of subscribers and not have any integrity at all. And that's how I look at it, so, but I can imagine, Nicole, the amount of experiences you've had being a medium. I know with me being, sensitive of what I've seen, but I can just imagine because, in my second season with Patty, just some of the stuff that she tells me just off camera is absolutely incredible, and what she sees. And I can imagine some of your stories that you would have.
Yeah, I can't give nobody my eyes or what I could, hear or see. But
Yeah.
I hope I can give you the experience and try to explain or, even give you some kind of proof that, yes, I do see it. And I want to share everything. Just any little piece I want to try to share with somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to throw a question out there, just kind of like a lightning round thing, you kind of hit on it, Nicole. So has there ever been a time that you've been on an investigation where it truly scared the shit out of you? Like you had an experience where you almost crap your pants, I guess, so to speak.
Or you actually did.
Or you actually did. I mean,
Pretty close.
we all run towards it, like we say, but
Yeah.
has there ever been a time where you go, wow, you think at the end of the night that was freaking scary?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll
and-
open up to anybody.
I'll share with that one. Go ahead.
Okay.
I just took Jax there last night because he just flew in, and they were all laughing at me because the video is out there, and you know they always say don't run away, you know, run toward it and figure out what it is. Okay, we're out there on Indian Hill, and the story with Indian Hill is it was actually Indian burial grounds, and they actually dug through the burial grounds to make a road. Well, when they found the bodies, you know, they stopped, you know, with building the road, and then things started happening to the people actually working on the road, so they just stopped. So I decided to go out there. I've been out there several times investigating, but this last time that I was out there, as soon as I got there, I felt the anxiety. I mean, it was from the pit of my stomach all the way up in my nose. I couldn't see anything, you know, as far as, you know, my gifts or anything, but I could feel it was there. And our light would not even cut through the darkness that was in front of us. And, you know, I'm standing there trying to stand my ground. We're running the Necro, we're running the SB11, and the whole time we're getting growled at. We're getting, you know, negative words thrown at us. My daughter, which is my tech, she actually got run up on for the first time. And it was kind of funny, but it wasn't because she couldn't go anywhere.
Right.
Because she's holding onto a light and a camera, and it's all sitting on the car. So she's kind of frozen in spot, you know. So she's like, I got run up on. I was like, okay, it's you know, trying to make itself, you know, negatively known to us. I said, so we're not feeding it. We'll just move from this place. We'll go up the hill a little bit. So we make it to the top of the hill, and I'm sitting there before I actually get my cameras out. There's no wind, there's no storm coming, and my car starts rocking. And we start hearing things falling on top of the car, and I'm like, oh my goodness. But, you know, be an investigator, you get out and you try to figure out what it is, you know? Yeah. But I'm standing there trying to do the SB11, and I see this black mass of a shadow. And my temperature gauge is already pegged all the way down as far as it'll go on the SB11. And I hear this low growl, like it's coming from the earth. I mean, it's just like a rumbling growl. And I see this shadow come down off the hill. It covers the hood of my car. And I get where I feel like I can't breathe. I grab everything off the car, throw it in there. I don't care how much it cost. And I mean, you can see on the video, I'm just like striking the ignition and I'm gone. I'm like, see ya. So, yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
And of course, Jax, he's like, yeah, I want to go and do that. So we went last night, and, you know, he got some sounds and had some eye shine and, you know, some really good responses, you know, happened on the SB11. And I think we have found out actually what is out there. It is of the paranormal, but it's the second time I've actually heard on a necrophonic and an SB11, but this was on the SB11 of the word puff wedgie. And it's actually Native American out there. So might have a new little cryptid thing going on. We don't know.
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Bale's got one. Come on, you guys have to have one.
I had a bad experience at Sachs Bridge. Last year, Christmas night, we went to investigate because every time we would go there, kids were always partying there. Well, Christmas night, we're going to do it. Now, it's late. It's probably about midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that. Yeah. I was doing the SB11s before I started using the Necrophonic app, and we were getting some pretty good responses. And now, mind you, it's like 20 degrees outside, okay? And then I don't have any jewelry on, and I feel a pinch on my neck. And then he looks, and then there's a long mark across my neck, like somebody rubbed a rope or something.
Looked like a rope burn.
Wow.
So, and then I was sick for like 3 days after that. So that was scary to me. And then I'm ready to go back and maybe face what's there now.
Figure it out, right?
Why did you do that to me?
That's
So.
crazy.
You didn't have your stick.
I will definitely say there's been two places now for me. one place I've been in like 4 or 5 times. I keep on going back, even though that it scares the crap out of me. And I don't know why this bridge is the way it is. We found it by mistake originally. And this place absolutely scares the crap out of me. Like, I don't know why. There's so much paranormal underneath this bridge. And I know I've seen a lot of videos, people are on top of the bridge and walking along the bridge, but this particular bridge has so much paranormal underneath it. I took a picture of this bridge underneath, and I actually caught 9 shadows.
Oh, wow.
And in one particular video, when I first filmed there, my son was touched, and that absolutely scared the crap out of him. Actually, in the video, you actually could see him crying a little bit because it scared him so badly. And I've been there. I did a stupid thing. I did an alone challenge, which I'll never, ever do again because it absolutely scared the crap out of me. And the last time I was there, I was with Amy Stonepath Paranormal, and we were filming, and then all of a sudden we were getting ready to leave. And I kind of walk around the corner, and all of a sudden it sounded like somebody was running towards me. Mm-hmm. And I think I swore like 5 times. I don't like to swear on my videos,
right?
But I swore like 5 or 6 times, and it wasn't the S word, and it absolutely scared the crap out of me. And I've never been scared that much in any investigation. But I will say I did an investigation this past weekend with 4 other groups. And unfortunately, in one of the locations, I was choked.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And I lost my breath. And Amy, who was with me, said, "Why is your voice changing?" My voice changed. And I actually, it was a salon, a hair salon, believe it or not. And I actually had to run to the basin, and drink some water.
Yeah.
Mm. Because I lost my breath completely. I've never experienced that up till now. And the next day I was not well. I was confused. I was overwhelmed. I felt a little bit paranoid, to be honest. And it's not a feeling that I wish upon anybody who does this, because it's not. So honestly, there's been 2 places that have scared the crap out of me. So, but yet I keep on going back.
Yeah.
which puzzles me. So my Patty, the medium that's with us, she thinks the reason why I'm drawn to that bridge is because maybe in a past life I knew about that bridge, and that's why I'm so drawn to it. So I honestly, I can't figure it out, but it is one of the creepiest places that you can go to, because as soon as you get there, like within minutes, you're getting a voice, and you can literally hear it. It's not like you're capturing it on the mic or the voice recorder or your Necrophonic app. As soon as you get there, it's unbelievable. Within 2 minutes, the first time we were there, we were getting voices, and it was like, wow. And then unfortunately we got kind of what sounds like a demonic voice on the microphone. And it was very deep and very sounded very angry. And that's the night my son was touched. And so those probably the 2 places that scare the crap out of me, to be honest.
It almost sounds like, and see if you guys agree with this, but it almost sounds like that bridge is some sort of a portal, no? I mean, if you're getting that much activity there.
Yeah. And that's what Patty thinks. And that's what Patty said, the exact same thing. It's almost like there's spirits that are going there and want to go through the portal, but there's this demonic energy that's stopping them. And that's why there's so many spirits in this one place. Maybe, I don't know, but I've done so much research on this place, and I can't find any reason why there should be anything there. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's scary as crap.
Well, that's like the Pocomoke Forest.
A
There you
lot of
go.
bad things did happen there, but you have an issue with that place.
Yeah.
You feel really drawn, and it's always messed with you.
We were there's a cemetery there, and there's one headstone, and the person's name is Mammy. We did our investigation. I started feeling sick. I was touched, and we were leaving. Got in the vehicle. We were pulled out, and without even thinking, and wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I was actually circling back around to come back to the cemetery, like something was drawing me back there.
Wow.
That was scary. That was the first time there, very first visit there. So.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
What about you guys? We're not asking you questions. What about you guys? What's some of your experiences?
Yeah, compared to you guys, we're bored.
Yeah,
We're still new at this.
yeah, we are.
I don't know.
Well, if we were to get back on topic a little bit, as far as the necrophonics, I just downloaded it, right? Probably had it for maybe 1 or 2 days, and I did mess with it a little bit. But the wife and I were taking the dog for a walk, and down towards the end of our street, our subdivision backs up to this graveyard. And it's always just kind of had this little creepy vibe anytime it's nighttime. You know, when I've walked the dog around there, it's like I see shadows and stuff. And but this wasn't even nighttime, right? There's like a retention basin right there that is next to the graveyard. So take the wife down in there, walking the dog, and I say, hey, let's check out this new app, you know? And so I turn on the necrophonics, and she goes, oh, that sounds freaky, because I had all the effects on and everything, you know. I said, yeah, check this out. I said, so if anybody's here, can you tell us who is here? And almost right off the bat, it said Joey.
Oh, wow.
My wife looks at me, and of course I look at her and I go, wow, okay, yeah, I'm here. How about who else is here with us? And then in 2 different tones, it came out and said Lisa, which is my wife's name.
Oh, wow.
So now she's starting to get a little freaked out, you know. And I said, yeah, Lisa's here with us too. And who else is with us? And then it said Ed. My dog's name is Eddie.
Oh, wow. And
so right at that point, when it said Ed, she says, turn the damn thing off. So that was actually my first experience with it, where it was just crazy. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my experience.
So this past weekend, we did the Gila County Jail, which we've been to several times. But we decided, we're there helping Vinny out with the tour and everything. We decided, just for giggles, we'd go up and just turn on the app and just see what would happen. So for those of you that don't know the story about it, one of the prisoners there had murdered these 2 little girls, Myrtle and Lulu.
He drowned them.
Right. So we've been there quite a few times. So we went into his cell. His name was Kingsley. We did this cell, put the necrophonics down. I had the ghost tube going at the same time. I swear I haven't gone through the recording yet, because I was recording it through the ghost tube app. So that'll be interesting to see how it came out. But I swear I heard Myrtle twice. And that's never happened. Like we've never got the girls' names while we were there anyway. So I'm anxious to go back and look at the evidence.
Yeah, and we got drowned quite a
bit. Yeah, on the ghost tube.
Ghost tube. Yeah.
So that was interesting. But I think the scariest moment, and I don't know if you agree, but was the Doña Ana for me.
Definitely.
We'll have to get the evidence up. We're so far behind on episodes because we do the live show so much, but we had these doors just slam on us, and Joey and I both had I had my recorder going with the headphones on, and you were on
Yeah,
parabolic.
I had parabolic going and had the headphones on, and this door slammed that, I mean, it sounded like the end of the world.
Yeah. Shook
Through
the
the
whole
parabolic, and it
Yeah.
did shake the whole building.
Scared the crap out of us.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's an old gel. And, yeah.
I don't want to give too much away because we're going to put it out in an episode. But it was pretty cool. It was a cool moment.
But yeah, we really do learn a lot from watching your videos, all of yours. And I really appreciate Nicole and Holly. You both do, your compilations of different locations. Just talking about like the most haunted or whatever, and it's great to have those because it's like, oh yeah, I want to check those places out.
I know my list keeps growing where I want to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm planning to do a compilation one at the end of the year. So
some Canadian locations and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know what's haunted in Canada, so that'd be neat to watch. I can pretty much look everything up around here and then Canada, but I've not really seen too much on videos except for watching you of what's haunted in Canada.
Yeah.
I like history, so
you
always see England and everywhere like that.
Yeah, I mean, ghost hunting and history just goes hand in hand.
It does.
It really does.
Yeah.
Well, I've been talking with somebody out in the UK about going out to the UK because the UK, obviously, everybody knows this. They have so much history out there that there's so many places that I want to see out there and visit and just, investigate, and just the footage alone, even if you don't get any captures or anything like that, visually, these places are just absolutely incredible. And yeah, that's definitely on my bucket list to go to the UK and do a number of different places. But I want to get out to the States. That's where I really want to go.
That's the easier one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holly, how did you manage to spend some time over in England? How'd that work out?
Oh, I was like 16 years old. My father's cousin and his wife, he traveled for business all the time, and he had to go over there, and he said, hey, can you think the girls, me and my sister would like to go along, maybe have a little vacation and experience a little bit of the world? So he took us along. We were over there for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
That was pretty cool. We were originally supposed to go from England to France and then come back up and go to Scotland. But we couldn't go to France. He had to do an extra meeting or something in England. So, but it was very cool. It was a great experience, and I would love to do it again.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Take me with you.
Okay, I'll take you because you can't fly.
I can't fly.
Oh.
We could take a cruise.
Oh, yeah. What would it take to take a nice boat to England? Oh, be like the Mayflower. Right?
The Titanic.
Well, not the Titanic. Yeah.
Be more like the SS Minnow.
Yeah, yeah, right. Didn't fare too well for them, did it?
Well, there's another one that's definitely on my list, and it's pretty well close to the top. I'd love to go to Egypt.
Oh yeah,
and do the Dead City.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Dead City, but there's 1 million people that live in this city, and they all live in tombs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there's power in the tubes, and they live in the tombs, and that would be an amazing experience. Unfortunately, if you want to take a cab down there, nobody will drive you down there. Right. So you got to figure out a way to get down there, but that would be an awesome experience.
Camelback.
What's that?
Camel.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Ride on a camel.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you think about it. You know, you say you want to come down into the States, which is really cool. But you think about our history versus the rest of the world. You know, we're young compared to everybody else. You know, I mean, there's so much out there to explore.
Yeah,
we're
younger.
As far as the English coming here, but you know, when you talk about the Native American history,
that goes back pretty far.
Yeah,
a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just as old.
We could start getting into aliens and all that crap too, but we won't do that.
Not right now. All right.
That's definitely another topic
for everybody. Well, what's everybody? What's next for each of you? What's the next big thing?
Moundsville. We're going to be in Moundsville the 20th. Well, we'll be in Ohio the 20th. So the 22nd, we're doing Moundsville, West Virginia Penitentiary, if everything holds up.
That'll be cool.
Very cool.
How about you, Holly?
I have no idea now that the Anchorage Mansion is.
It got screwed up.
Yeah,
Well,
so we're looking around and
we were kind of discussing Gettysburg Battlefield again.
That'd be cool.
That'd be good.
So we'll see.
Myself, I got a crap load of videos sitting on the shelf right now, and my editor is going through them as fast as he can. I'm looking at a couple of places right now, but I am interested in one place. It's by Niagara Falls. The War of 1812 happened there, and so me and another investigator are looking at that right now to maybe go down there. But I am looking at a place right now, and I'm trying to get in there, but it's really, really difficult, especially with COVID going on. And it's a very, very famous place in Toronto. And I won't say the name because I don't want to ruin it, because there's other people that are going to be coming along. So, but I'm working on that place, but it's so difficult right now with what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So many people are worried about, having too many people in one place.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, lots of videos coming out, and there's a couple of places that I'm looking at maybe doing this weekend, and that's about it for me, at least.
Cool. Very cool.
Do everything?
No, we have to get videos.
Yeah, we've got to get. See,
we gotta do
the
something.
problem is we're the editors
Right.
on ours, so
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the editor.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, we can't pass it along.
No.
Yeah.
Editing, research. He just tags along.
He's the film guy, right? He does the filming.
Yes, he does. And
Yeah.
he's there for protection, and he's my companionship out there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know about some of them, no.
Should have said your bait.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. That's a good one.
Actually, he's starting to get to the point where he can sense them.
Right.
It's like all of a sudden he's starting to feel them more and more. So
That's crazy.
Because you're opening yourself up, right? You're opening up your mind. And
Yeah.
Well, I was
Yeah.
like that when I was younger, and I just
Yeah.
kind of pushed it to the side, and now that we got into this, I'm starting to open back up. And
Yeah, I think it's like building any other kind of talent. You know, the more you do it and work on it, the better you get at it. And
I mean, depending on certain circumstances, I can actually see them. We was watching
Beyond the Veil.
Beyond the Veil's video.
They're live.
They're live,
Investigation.
and I actually saw the little girl that was in that house, and
Wow.
she actually told me her name, and her name was never mentioned. And I gave him the name, and they went to. There was a plaque for the three daughters that lived in that house. Her name was on that plaque.
That's cool.
wow, what episode was that of there? What was the house?
Oh, what was it? I don't remember what it was now. It's been a few months.
That wasn't the one with the fireworks and all that going on, was it?
Yes.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
That was crazy. There was a lot of energy going on that night.
Yep.
That was a cool place. That was really cool. Yeah.
I mean, there was also a man there too. I seen him, but he tried to avoid exposing himself.
Right.
I was the same way. I like you, Eric. I just wanted to put it aside. You know, I didn't even want to, like, I'd walk down, I'd sit in a restaurant, I would see this person that's not alive standing right beside another person. And I didn't like it. I honestly didn't like it. So I just put it aside. But since I started really getting into this more, I'm starting to see it more because I've opened myself up to that experience. Like, I was in a restaurant a couple of years ago, or it was about a year ago, and our waiter would come to the table and I saw a woman standing right beside him the whole time. And I said, listen, this is going to sound really weird, and I'm sorry for saying this, but there's a woman standing beside you. Like, did somebody pass like recently that in your life? And he goes, yeah, my mother passed away 6 months ago. And I go, well, was your mother this tall and, you know, a little bit of a bigger woman? And he goes, yeah. And it was his mother. Wow. And it was really, really an interesting experience. And so I'm like you, Eric, I just pushed it aside, you know?
Well, I mean, pushing it aside, it was more or less back then it was like, what the hell's wrong with
crazy.
We need
yeah,
exactly. And now it's becoming more of the norm. And it's like, you know what? I don't care what you all say. This is it. This is what I see. This is what I know. You can take it and stick it up your blowhole.
Yeah, exactly. To put it bluntly, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got a long
person.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We're trying to open up.
I mean, we have the passion,
Yeah.
you know, we really do, but we just haven't really had the experience that y'all have had. And
well, I honestly think that if you go into a location and you keep your mind open, and you go in with no expectations, just going in to see a place, and maybe you're going to catch something, maybe you're not, and you keep your mind open, I find that more times than not, you are going to experience something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we've been to places a couple times, 2 or 3 times, and nothing. Get back the 4th time, and it's like, boom. I mean, everything. It's like a wall fell on us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's times we went to the place the first time and
It's like that.
Everything was happening. The second time we go back and we get nothing. It's like it's all in, I guess, in timing and how everything falls, because spirits do travel. Mm-hmm. They travel. They're not stuck in one place. I don't care what anybody says. They travel from location to location.
Some of them just prefer to stay.
I just say they're on vacation. So,
and see, that's what I like about you too. You guys put some fun into it, you know, and
you got to have fun.
You got to. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are really, really serious, and you watch their videos and go, "Wow, you guys are like." I understand that you're there to catch something. Mm-hmm. I understand that, but have a little bit of fun with it too, you know. Yeah. And you know, I think when that happens, I think the videos are better, and they're fun. And you know, well, some people might not think searching for the paranormal is fun, but you know, we do. And you know, and I think a lot of times that shows through the video. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's why I enjoy watching all you guys. You know, and that's what I do. So.
But even more than that, even more than that, though, we talk about how our energies feed the spirits, right? So if we are uptight and we have a certain disposition, I think it's going to affect your experiences that night. And if you go in there, like you were saying, if you go in there and have fun, it's probably a whole different experience, I think.
Yeah. Your mood, how you go in determines what you attract.
Right.
If you go in being an uptight whatever, you're going to attract negative. You're going to attract negativity. You don't want that. You want positive things. You want the cheerful spirits to come out, people that you know are going to communicate with you. I mean, you don't want something that's going to come out and attack you.
Right.
My favorite ones are the ones when we get the disembodied voices on the mic after we're goofing off, and all of a sudden something will come in. Sometimes to say that was funny or that's funny. I was like, what?
I mean,
we're entertaining them.
Right. Yeah.
They all have
you call me a smart ass.
Yes.
That's funny. Well,
Just like I was shooting the Halloween parody video, and it was, open air, and I was goofing around because, I was fake falling in the floor and everything. And my little spirit saw him, goes, "I'm scared," and you can hear it. Yeah, so I guess I scared the poor kid for acting.
Yeah. Oh.
That's cool.
That's great. That's great.
Well, I really want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. I really do.
absolutely.
It was a lot
Thank
of
you
fun.
for having us.
Been a pure pleasure.
And please, those of you who follow us every week, please go subscribe to their channels. I mean, I know we're not all about subscriptions. I do have to say something about subscriptions though, because we are at the subscriptions right now because we made this stupid deal that we would not shave until we got 1,000 subscribers. And it's getting old now. We blamed him for that.
Should we blame him?
Was he the one that came up with that idea? Who was it?
Oh.
Was it you? It wasn't you.
It's rough in there.
I really thought it'd move a lot faster than it did.
Well, I will say, if you guys continue doing the shows that you're doing, you will get there.
Yeah.
You will get there. And once you're there and you've gone up to a certain number, you're going to go, you know what? It was long. It was hard work, but you're going to appreciate it,
Yeah.
And I think you appreciate it more. If somebody just puts a YouTube video and you get 30,000 views and 10,000, subscribers, which is great, but they didn't really work for it.
Right.
Everybody is working for it. And if it happens, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at the end of the day, I appreciate everybody that watches. And if they subscribe, great. If they don't, that's okay too.
Right.
Right.
Like you said earlier, you're doing what you enjoy. It doesn't matter if you have 5 subscribers or 500,000. You're doing what you want to do, and you enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can enjoy the journey, then
I will say it's not an easy journey.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's been a lot of fun.
But that makes it better.
But do you guys find that the less you worry about it, the better you do?
Yes.
Yeah.
That kind of staying true to it. So
Somebody's finally believing that.
You know what? I think it's a lot of times it's so much pressure.
Yeah,
When
it
you're
is.
putting these videos out.
Yeah.
And you want it to do well. And then you look at it, it's got 10 views, and you go, oh, Jesus, what do I need to do to get it to more? But I try not to worry about that kind of stuff. And I just put it out. If people watch it, great. If they don't, that's okay too.
Right.
Yeah. That's like, we have our critics,
Yeah.
our skeptics.
Yeah.
Somebody used to be, oh, I'm going to get bad. You know what? Piss off. Whatever. You say what you want. This is my channel, not yours.
Right.
Yep. Minnie said change the name from Suds to Smith Brothers Paranormal. That's funny.
Oh, goodness.
We'll be like ZZ Top by the end of the year. I can see it now.
Rip Van Winkle.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking more and more like Santa Claus every day. So.
Ho, ho, ho.
You're not that white though. That's the thing.
I'm still waiting for the Just for Men to finally fade out.
We're off.
So, yeah.
Well, I think it looks great.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
We appreciate that.
Thanks.
We really appreciate that because our significant others don't feel the same way you guys feel. So,
Hey, well, I can tell you this: the beard hides an awful lot of ugly. That's why I try to keep mine.
that's true.
I need more beard.
I don't know about that. I got a beard for Halloween, and I look like a greasy truck driver.
Is that
Yeah,
what
well, I
they
shaved for Halloween for somebody, and I didn't like it.
didn't like it? Is that why they say you have a face for radio? Is that why they're hoping?
Yeah. And we decided to do video. It's
Right,
crazy,
exactly. Whose idea was
I
that?
was told I had a face only a mother could love.
I've heard that too a couple of times. Oh man,
Oh, this has been a lot of fun.
it has. It has.
Yeah.
And we'd love to have you guys back on again sometime. And hopefully we'll get Parapalooza 2 running here soon in March, I think, right?
Yeah.
Looking for?
Yeah. And Amy and Janae, is that her daughter's name?
Oh, now you put me on the spot.
Uh-oh.
That's not fair.
Laney. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. They're gonna
host
take
it.
the reins this next time around, and so but we all want to jump in and do what we can to help her.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fun. Well, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. It really was.
Absolutely.
So hopefully we'll have you guys on again. We'll do another episode, maybe on another app next time.
Yeah, and I certainly didn't hit the
I know.
button hardly at all, did I?
I think we were all great.
You didn't go enough to the app that's in the room by itself.
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's true. That's true. I can bring
should
up
see
that
what's going
camera
on in
again
there.
too. See what's going on in there.
Oh, there's a dog in there.
No, the dogs are downstairs.
What's that lower sound?
I don't know. I hear that too.
What about your butt?
It almost sounds like another conversation going on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds like a couple talking with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't like that word right there.
I thought it said cupcake. Didn't they just have cupcakes?
Oh, I missed that. We got cupcakes here.
Yeah.
That is really odd.
I do hear something else in the background.
Yeah.
Right? And I turned the fan off, so there's no fan on in there.
Ooh, that's kind of creepy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You want to go in there?
Do you have the TV on downstairs?
You want Lindsay to go in there?
Yeah, why don't you go in there, Lindsay? Talk to your girl. Let's see if they get her to talk to us.
I keep hearing the same voice coming through. You guys hearing the same voice coming through though?
Yeah.
Hi, girls.
Hello.
How are you?
There's Lindsay in there.
You guys
It
good?
sounded like hello.
What'd you guys do today?
Wow.
You guys like the bunny?
No.
Somebody went to the store fast.
Can you tell me who's here? Jahan, are you here?
Yeah, it literally sounds like two people speaking to each other.
Right? Yeah, it does.
Okay, ladies. We want to say good night to everybody. Can you guys say good night?
Sure, come.
What was funny is I don't hear the little kids' voices anymore like I heard before.
Everybody, good night. Bye.
Yeah.
Now, wouldn't that have been perfect except good night?
Yeah.
What a perfect way to end the show.
Yep.
Cool.
That was great.
All right.
That was cool. It's weird. I literally go ahead and let's kill that. I literally just saw a shadow
In the control
in
room?
the control room over to my left. That was weird. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. That was
It's Alejandro.
probably, yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Wow.
All right, guys. Well, thank you.
Yeah. I know it's late where you're
Yeah,
at.
we'll let you. Yeah.
It's only 8 o'clock here.
Oh, 8 o'clock here. Yeah, exactly.
It's 10 o'clock here.
Yeah.
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 Same here.
So
You're 9.
9.
Well, thanks once again. This has just been a real pleasure and a treat for us.
Yeah, we'll do this again sometime for sure.
I enjoyed meeting you all. I really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is
I really
great.
did.
One big happy para family. I love it. So it's all.
Yeah.
It's great. Making new friends all the time.
Yep. That's what it's all about. That's what.
Yeah.
It's about.
Networking.
We ain't friends, we're family.
Yeah. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Amen.
Exactly, Eric.
Cheers to that. 100%.
Cheers, guys.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
You all right, Joey?
Breathe.
Joey's choking. You okay? Oh man.
Oh, how did I do that?
That
I
was
know how I did it. You can't drink and
talk at the same time.
and breathe at the same time.
What a great show! You guys think it was a great show? I think that was a great show tonight.
That
I
was
really
fun.
did. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So Jack says he'll be up next time for the panel.
Okay, we're gonna
All right,
hold you to
Jackson.
that. You know
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah, you got to pass tonight. I don't know how you got to pass tonight, but
He was a spectator tonight, just
Mhm.
kind of checking things out. So
there. Now I can breathe and somewhat talk again.
right.
So, so in our comments section, I mean, if there's some other topics and pieces of equipment and stuff you'd like us to do the same kind of a roundtable review on and stuff, please let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we sure enjoy it, and nothing else, we learn a lot from it. So,
Yep.
man,
I was kind of going back to look at the comments because we
I
missed.
know,
some
we
of them,
really
so
missed a lot of comments tonight. So,
They were just talking about that. Lindsay said she was the support staff. She did.
wow. And once again, happy birthday to the birthday boys. And
Yep.
oh, chocolate.
Me a cupcake after the show's over. That's
Yeah.
for sure. So
Mhm. Been
yeah.
jonesing over them sitting here.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm a cupcake guy.
I do want to congratulate Lindsay though, because she was accepted in a nursing school. So
Absolutely
big
cool.
congratulations to her on that. And
She's going to be a busy girl.
she's going to be a busy girl. Won't be able to go on as many investigations. So
Wow. And thank you everybody for hanging with us. And sorry we weren't able to get to a lot of the comments. Because it was such a lot of
show.
conversation going on.
Yeah.
So yeah. But please, I mean, if you do have some comments or stuff, drop them in the comment section, and yeah, be able to read them later.
yeah, hit us up. And for those of you that haven't subscribed, please subscribe so we can shave.
Yeah. I think we're only like 25 away from our 600 mark.
Right. We're getting there.
So it'll happen.
So hopefully that'll happen.
See my beard? It ain't weird.
No, we had a
It's
picture.
only a
We had a
beard.
picture with the three of
Yeah.
us. So that's interesting. All right. So should we roll our parafamily and
let's
say
roll
goodnight to everybody?
That's right. Yes. So big thank you to this big group of wonderful people.
Absolutely.
So we'll do the until the next time. This has been.
Is it 24 or 25? I thought I looked it up and I thought 23 was the last one we did.
I was going by I'll have to pull up the picture that I labeled 24 because I was just looking down at the files that I had.
Oh, okay. And
I saw,
just went to the next.
I went to the next. And I thought 25. I don't know.
Well, 24 or 25, we'll figure it out.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Yes, Jim and the Truth About Beer and yes.
Oh, till next time.
Till next time. Cheers, everybody.
everybody.
We'll see you. Thank you so much.
Thanks. You are wondering where to find the Truth About Beer and merchandise? You've come to the right place. BS Designs has all the merch you've been looking for, from t-shirts and koozies to the very collectible The Truth About Beer and themed gnomes. Visit BS Designs today.
If you're looking to fill up your man cave, she shed, or just looking to decorate or redecorate your house, please visit our good friends at Boomer's Department Stores. And while you're there, be sure to check out their blog page.
Whether you're an aspiring paranormal enthusiast or a seasoned professional, or perhaps you're just looking to add to your equipment inventory, look no further than Ghost Hunters Outlet. They have all your equipment needs. For a limited time, mention the word beer in the promotional code for additional savings. And be sure to watch The Truth About Beer and on YouTube.
Welcome to the Truth About Beer.